Let's make Indiana puzzle. Next thing you need to do is you need to come up with some form of a template. I get these, they're chopping mats, and I get them at the Dollar Tree. And this is what I use to make my templates from. Now that we have it all cut out, now we're going to pin it together. Okay, what I do is I take one piece and I fold it over. And then I mark a little, my finger, just kind of mark a little indentation just so I know this is my center. I'm going to do the same thing to this. You can decide your own layout. Also, before you do this part here, if you're going to mark your 1/4 of an inch to make you a sew line, you want to do your 1/4 of an inch. You want to mark that before you do any of this. And so I don't do that. I eye it. So you do you. Then we're going to take right sides together, and we're going to put that right on top of both indentions. And then we're going to pin it right there. And so this is intimidating to a lot of people because it's on a curve. You just got to work with it. It'll all work out. And so then I put my side together. And then I just kind of work. And it acts like it's not going to go together. Trust me, it will. And I just kind of play around with it. Kind of just move it until you get it all how you want it. Sometimes it feels like it's going to leave a little pucker or like that. It will all work out. Sometimes you just got to shift your pins. I think that's why a lot of people don't like to sew on a curve, is because of that reason. They struggle with this. So then I do the other side. And it helps if you match that up, the sides up. I know it'll pull in, but that's okay. And once again, you do the same thing. You just kind of work with it. And then we're going to sew our 1/4 of an inch. But first I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pin all these, and then we'll go from there. Okay, now we're going to sew our 1/4 of an inch. Now, like I said, if you need to mark yours, mark yours. I'm going to eye mine. And so I'm just going to weave my needle in and out all the way around until I get to the other side. Moving my fabric as I go and making sure that it doesn't slip. Like I said, this is intimidating sometimes because people have a tendency to think that it's hard to sew on a curve. But you just got to kind of work with your fabric, your material. Sorry that you can hear the baby in the background. I was hoping that I could do this and he would not make a lot of sound, but it looks like he's going to. My everyday life. So you're going to keep continuing to sew all your 1/4 of an inch all the way around until you get to your other side. Just stay consistent. I know some people think that your stitching needs to be a certain so many and so many so close together, but it doesn't. So just stay consistent. Consistency is the key, as I was always taught. Everything else will come with time. And it does look like, it's going to gather, or it's not going to lay flat. It will lay flat, trust me. And you do have to move it as you go, so that way you're kind of not getting any puckering or anything in there. So just kind of, because it kind of looks like it's going to ball up, but it's not. We're going to do this all the way to the end. Guys, make sure that you just keep going and don't give up. I know sometimes we have a tendency to want to give up, but if we don't keep trying, we'll never get anywhere in life. So keep trying, don't give up. So then I'm going to tie mine off at the end. Well, and then I got a knot in my thread, but that's okay. Sometimes I can pop the little knots out. Let me see if I get this out. Okay, I got it. And so we're going to tie it off. And so I just do a few back stitches and then pull it tight. I cut my, sorry, didn't mean to stick my hand in front of the camera. Cut my strings. And then I lay it out. And then when you lay it out, and then I finger press everything. I don't use an iron. And so when you lay it out, I use my little finger press, wooden finger press. And voila, you got your first square of 4. Stay tuned for part 2.